Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mars coming at you over the interwaves with another StarCraft 2 cast. This one sent in by users of Reddit to Reddit's Castit. And this is a ZVZ. We have Ermik over on this side, which is a Zerg, and Darkglasses over on this side, who is surprisingly also a Zerg. Major difference is this guy hasn't won a tournament, whereas this guy has. Now the description was that these guys are friends. This is a gold versus gold game, and these guys do know each other, even though they're nice enough to say hello, good luck, have fun. Yeah, so we have pretty standard openings on both sides. We have an expansion first on blue and on red. So not too much. These guys see each other, so both know where they spawn. It is of course not possible to spawn vertically anymore, but it is still possible to spawn horizontally and diagonally due to the distance that is involved here. This opening, which is different in the fact that Ermik has gotten his extractor, not gas, just his extractor. And this is the only difference so far. Okay, is getting gas now, put some uses in there, and Darkglasses can see pretty much, yes, all of this. I believe there are some people that say that overlords aren't fast enough. Anyway, timing on the spawning pool is the same, timing on the expansion the same. It's just that Ermik has gas, whereas Darkglasses does not. So a little bit more offensive potential for Ermik, and Darkglasses in the meantime gets a Roach Warren and a Spinecrawler. So it's very possible that Ermik puts his gas in something, possibly circling speed. Instead going for a spine of his own. That's odd. He hasn't seen that. No, he hasn't. Oh, yes, he has. He's out with that. Well, the question is, did he actually click on it? But he should be able to get this Overlord at least. So Ermik not choosing to go for Zergling speed. Getting instead his Roach Warren as well means he doesn't have the early offensive potential, but possibly, depending on timing of building of this thing and the fact his opponent is building one Roach in total, should be able to produce those in defense as well. Darkglasses in the meantime has gotten a few more workers up, but is currently supply blocked. Would preferably get more than just the one Overlord, which he's getting, so he can pump out those Roaches and maybe do something offensive, or again build one Roach. Got another Spinecrawler coming here. But how many Spinecrawlers is that? 3. These guys are defensive players, or they're just fed up with the bullshit that is Zergling Baneling Wars, which I can certainly understand. We got a layer coming in for Darkglasses, so we can get that Roach speed. Oh, now Ermik is getting the Zergling speed, the metabolic boost, if you were to want to call it that. And so far, yeah, neither of them has really made any offensive gestures. There are 9 Roaches for Ermik, and there are 6 Roaches for Darkglasses, but considering neither of them is doing anything with them, the actual telling thing is 24 workers for Ermik versus 32 for Darkglasses, meaning that Darkglasses is getting quite the better economy. And now with 11 Roaches versus his opponent 6, Ermik is moving out, and if he can do damage, then possibly he can make up for this deficit of workers. Darkglasses taking a third. Getting some Ravagers, which can be very, very influential in these fights. Getting the right corrosive biles here can save your butt. We'll see what Ermik does. Oh, and Darkglasses getting a lurker then. You don't want to have these Ravagers out in the front, and Ermik does a very good job of picking those up. And a nice mining on the natural, taking down that spine crawler, and can now easily work on the on the hatchery as his opponent pulls back. And he could just move in and kill everything, actually. So, getting 1 or 2 workers. And Ermik still has the numbers advantage and could actually still press this. Making Zerglings in order to bolster his forces here. In order to get across the map faster. These roaches are strong, they're tanky, they do a lot of damage. But fast is not a word you would generally use to describe them. Uses these Zerglings to completely surround these roaches, which is very nice. Nope, actually not doing so. And we splits a couple off in order to get into the main mineral line, where I don't think anything actually happened due to the microing of these drones. So very nicely done by Darkglasses there. So what did we lose? We lost 2, really? 2. We lost 2 drones. 11 roaches to 10, 26 Zerglings, 3 Ravagers, and a Queen. So the Queen will help quite a bit with the larva injects. So they still got 2 though. These 5, on the other hand, should get their butts back to work. Third base up for Darkglasses and being taken for Ermik, who has since then droned up a little bit. But yeah, these 5 guys not really doing anything means that the extra 10 workers are not as useful as it might seem. There you go, sending drones back to work. Now the tech advantage is split. So we've got glial reconstitution or roach speed coming in for Ermik, meaning that he can maintain a more mobile roach army. On the other hand, Darkglasses can morph in lurkers, and lurkers are very, very good. Third base up here, third base up almost here, but no workers on their way to saturate that base. Ermik getting more roaches. No Ravagers though, which is an odd choice. And is yet... No, he did get the speed. Has Hydralist then, whereas his opponent has a lurker then. But considering his opponent hasn't actually made any lurkers, that doesn't give him any advantage. Sends out a little scouting raiding party. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do with it. Here come the first couple of lurkers. And what was going to say, in preparation for his buddies lurker den, which is now coming up, builds a few overseers. So instead he's going to find this base, which is completely undefended, and will get absolutely crushed as his friend with glial reconstitution will slowly chase down this army. This was an interesting idea of an attack, but it is not going to work for him. Darkglasses could lose this entire force, and if he stays in fights, that will indeed happen. So not such a good move there by Darkglasses, but he does use this time to get his lurkers into position, which is very nice because his opponent has 1 overseer. Well, not very good. Does move in a little bit before. His overseer got there, so lost quite a few units there, but it is by far enough to shoo off this attack. Now we've got free supply moving over there, and with 2 Hydras, it will take a little bit of time, but he can take out these overlords just fine. And I don't know, with another 5 here, he can easily supply block his opponent. But let's look at the main attack here. There's still a lurker morphing, and he burrows it exactly as it finishes morphing, and Ermik backs off. Still have the worker advantage for Darkglasses. Let's see if he finishes killing these. No, he does not. He's going to move command right past them, but that's okay, because it seems like if you were to pay attention, there's quite a few more opportunities to just kill these, as they will get into range of his standing army by themselves. There we go. Really? You're not gonna... Dude, it's free overlords. Come on. It's possibly an upgrade that Darkglasses wants to get. It's a Numenized Carapace for overlord speed, but his overlords are not in quite as vulnerable position, although his opponent does have quite a few more Hydralisks in order to kill them with. No fourth coming up yet. We've got Ermik being mostly mined out in this way, so he can transfer here if he so chooses. And Darkglasses is doing a little bit better job in equalizing his workers. Get a lot more on the third, where you still have mineral patches, and on the first not so much. Sending out those changelings to scout, but leaving these lovely overlords to their rest. Does he have any Hydralisks? No. No, he doesn't. So I suppose he can put his one queen out there, but those don't kill overlords terribly fast. And a spire on his way, so that might explain why he's not spending any gas on those Hydralisks, which are not the cheapest unit when it comes to Vespene gas. And he sits up in a defensive position. Okay, fourth being taken by both again at the same time. And Darkglasses moving in order to scout this, and he does, whereas his opponent doesn't know. Does lose those changelings though. Oh, and we've got a hive come in for Darkglasses. So Ermik is using his gas, or might use his gas, in preparation for Mulisks or something like that, whereas Darkglasses now has the option to move to Ultralisks, or will soon have the option to go to Ultralisk. Doesn't have any melee upgrades, but then again he only has 1/1, possibly 2/2 by this time. And it's you know, even if you only use it to tank where your Hydralisk, of which he has a fair few, do the actual damage, then you know they'd still be doing their job. Alright, sending out this group in order to take down this base, and Ermik is not in a good position to defend this. So while Darkglasses, who possibly even got roach beat by now, yes he did, will take this base down, he might trap himself here if his opponent decides to move, which he's not moving. He's not moving. He's not moving. Alright, so there's a base absolutely free for Darkglasses. And his own fourth base in the meantime is... well, he moves into a defensive position, not an offensive position. If he moves his lurkers here, he could have taken out quite a few of these. Doesn't recall his workers, and bye. Let's see how greedy Darkglasses is. Does he move in for the third? No, he does not. He says, I have a fourth base, you do not. That means I'm going to go home and run into these... How many is that? Holy crap. That's a lot of Mutalisks. 19. But his opponent has 13 Hydralisks, so that may not go especially well. Gets a couple of workers, and let's see, how fast does that go? We have 9 meters lost, 10 meters lost, 12 meters lost. The Hydras are falling, but not nearly as fast as the Mutalisks are. And there are those Ultralisks. Oh, don't want to move into there. There's a spore crawler to cover his butt. And I imagine he's building one here. Yes, he is. Nothing there yet, but 2 queens should be able to hold off 3 mutalisks. If he'd come in here right away, he would have massacred it. But as it stands, that's not going to work. Trying to get his 4th up again, but there's a very big army, including a number of ultralisks, coming his way. Lurkers get into position. Oh, but his own lurkers are there as well. Let's see what they do to these ultralisks. Darkglasses doesn't have any way to see where these lurkers are, so they can work unimpeded. But the ultralisks do take down this base just before snuffing it. And that may just be in time, no, not quite, in order to move all his workers to the 4th. Getting quite mined out here as well, but he does have the army advantage. That is not what I was looking for. This was what I was looking for. And he can take down this base in retribution. Possibly set up his lurkers right here on the ramp. Yes, there you go, in order to take fresh ultralisks. The ultralisks do have the armor upgrade, which means they die quite slowly, but they don't have any attack upgrades, meaning that they just don't kill anything that fast. Oh, 2 spore crawlers there making mincemeat out of these mutalisks. They're not quite as good as they used to be, but they're still more than enough to take care of these guys. Oh, and that is not nice to look at. 26 mutalisks lost. That is quite a bit. But he does take out the 4th base. Now he's Darkglasses still has a 3rd, not mining his gas. I see. And Ermik has retaken his 4th. So when it comes to economy, both have taken blows, and both go back into their own little corner. Wow. Considering the amount of Zerglings that Darkglasses made there, I suppose he can invest in Zergling speed, possibly. We're getting +1 flyer attacks even. So Ermik decided to stay with these mutalisks. And as Ermik moved back in the bottom left corner of his base, it is Darkglasses, whose creep spread leads all the way up here, that moves in to kill this new 4th. There are a couple of mutalisks there, but that's not going to save this base. And Ermik is again going to lose this base if he's not careful. Oh, this slow Zerglings, that is just weird. Look at them all trying to hit that queen at the same time. Ermik again not responding, losing this base, and oh, you've got 0-0 mutalisks trying to take on 2-2 hydras, and that is not pretty. Ermik does move into position, gets his lurkers in place, but there is now detection for Darkglasses and quite enough melee units to move in, take out all the lurkers, take out all the roaches. And that is a lot of the army of Ermik, and GG.